Good morning. Today we're going to read from Psalm 90. I'm just going to read the first two verses from in the New King James Version. It says, Lord, you have been our dwelling place in all generations. Before the mountains were brought forth, or ever you had formed the earth, or you had formed the world. Even from everlasting to everlasting, you are God. Today is a prayer of Moses. We've had David mentor us through the Psalms, and Asaph, and now Moses. And it says, Lord, you've been our dwelling place. It's a prayer of Moses in all generations. You're the God of the generations. We pray for the generations today. We pray for our generations to come, that they would have their own personal encounter with Him, that they would know Him. And Moses says, before anything ever came into being, our puny minds are not able to really conceive that. It says, before anything came into being, you were God, you are God, without beginning and without end. You know, today that's who we are putting our trust in, the God without beginning and without end, from everlasting. Everlasting is a long time. From everlasting to everlasting, you are God. Or you're the God of eternity. The passage translation, the Hebrew word for eternity, everlasting, is one of the words horizon. So from one horizon to the next horizon, you are God. No one compares to you. So Moses is telling us at the beginning of this psalm how great God is, about who God is. Before he talks about our brevity and really the amount of time we live on the earth can hardly be measured, before he goes on to his main topic about us living today, our brevity, Moses is encouraging us. Where do we put our hope? Our only hope is in the God who was, who is, and who is to come, the God of everlasting, from generation to generation. He has everything under control. He holds everything in his hand. And so because he does hold everything in his hand, he's under control, I can trust him. I can put my hope in him. I can rest in him because he holds me in his hands. Lord, you've been our dwelling place in all generations. We have no one else to run to. We have no one else to turn to. Before anything ever came into being, you were God, and you are God from everlasting to everlasting. Help us, Lord, to just lift our eyes and see that today, because we live in such a limited time space, but you live outside of time space. That's the God we're trusting in. That's the God who's in control. That's the God we can rest in today and put our hope in. Lord, I pray today for us as a church. We pray for the generations that are following us, our kids, our grandchildren, great-grandchildren, that they too would have an encounter with you, and they would put their hope and trust in you, the God of the generations. Bless you today.